Hey guys, Cheap here with more of the Cat Lady. We are Susan Ashworth.
Susan Ashworth.
Hello, Mrs. Ashworth. I'm glad to see you're all right. You're on the ward now. Your condition is stable. I can see your brain functions just fine and there's no permanent damage of any sort. We've checked your internal organs and they're fine too. You're a very lucky lady, Susan. You might experience extreme tiredness and lethargy for a couple of days, but that should soon pass. I would advise plenty of rest now. The nurses on this ward will take it from here. Please let them know if you need anything. Take care, Mrs. Ashworth. Please, don't try to speak. What did you say? Don't worry, Mrs. Ashworth. Your arm is fine. No. There was nothing wrong with your arm, darling. Now calm down.
Okay, so we woke up from all the pills we took.
Would you like me to get you some water? Let me get you a drink. I'll be back in a second. I'm sorry, Susan. Did I wake you? I have to take your blood pressure. 2 seconds and I'm gone. My name is Liz, by the way. Hi,
Liz.
I'm sorry. I know this isn't very nice. Believe me, I hate waking people up just for this. But being a nuisance is part of my stupid job, unfortunately. Oof, I hate this place. Tell you what, Susan. Can I call you Susan? So anyway, I shouldn't say it, but you know I'm going to anyway. You are so lucky. It's crazy. You doing what you've done, and her walking in, seeing what she saw. That was a chance. 1 in a million. I'm not making any sense again, am I? I'm tired. They're working us to death here, you know. Modern day slavery. One day I'll tell them what I really think. I swear I will. And here it is. You've got the blood pressure of an 18-year-old. Just wanted to say you're lucky.
Is that a good thing to have?
And that I hope you've changed your mind about some things. Got to go, but I'll see you later. You take care, sweetheart, yeah?
What happened to my skin and face? Oh, jeez. What? No. I'm afraid of lamps now.
Bad dream.
I feel like she's gonna Angel of Death it.
Yeah, a really bad one.
I
Let's
knew
go with that.
I could see as soon as I came in the room that you were having a nightmare. I guess I shouldn't have woken you up. What was it about?
I was burnt alive.
Actually, it reminds me of something that happened the other day.
Don't tell me about that.
There was this woman on the emergency unit, and she really wanted to smoke, you know? But they wouldn't let her, of course. She wasn't well at all. Not just injured, but not right in the head. She was on 10 litres of oxygen through the face mask. She had to stay in bed, she was told. But she wouldn't listen, of course. And as soon as they'd left, she lit up a fag. The whole room went up in flames, and so did she. I guess you didn't really want to know that, did you? That's just me.
Why
and my
would
big gob. Typical. I never know when to shut up.
What was your name again?
I forgot to introduce myself, didn't I?
No, you didn't.
Always do that. So sorry, Susan. My name is Elizabeth. But you can call me Liz, like everyone else.
You're here a lot. Every time I open my eyes, I see you.
They make auxiliaries do crazy hours here. Seriously, I feel like I've got no life sometimes. I'll be here till the morning. To be honest, I keep coming here to hide. Please don't give me away. I just want to rest my legs for 2 minutes, that's all.
What happened to me?
Well, how much do you remember?
I took some pills, and I fell asleep in the chair. I remember how the room kept spinning around me slowly. I felt so calm, and then...
I'm gonna hide that bit.
I woke up here, and I saw you. Can you now tell me who found me, and what happened?
Well, your body went into a coma. You were lucky she came home and found you. I told you that before.
What? Who found me?
Your daughter, of course. She called an ambulance. If it wasn't for her, you'd sure be dead now, Susan.
My daughter.
Yes. Why? Why'd you look so pale all of a sudden, Susan?
I don't have a daughter. Whoever she is, she lied.
But why would she do that?
How should I know? I was in a coma, apparently.
So she lied. It doesn't change the fact that you owe her your life.
I was fine. I didn't ask for any help. Sorry.
Phone, why are you ringing? I don't want to answer that. Give me like 2 seconds. I'm recording, I'll call you back later. Bye. My dad calls from work sometimes. And I hate not answering it because then he worries that like the house is on fire or something. Which is totally a reasonable thing to worry about, but I can't really go back on this. At least I don't think I can. Are there save points? Great.
How long have I been here?
I was told you arrived at the hospital at 7 in the evening. You had a cardiac arrest in the ambulance. They had to resuscitate you. Your heart stopped beating for nearly a minute, but they managed to bring you back. You went to the intensive care unit, where they gave you a dose of antidote and pumped your stomach. As soon as your condition was stable, they brought you on this ward. It's called Dime Ward.
Why is it called Dime Ward?
Die Ward. Because all the patients who come here...
Why are you telling me that?
It's a suicide watch unit. That's why it's so strict. You have to be careful. Nurses here are trigger happy with the sedatives.
When will they let me go home?
I'm not sure. Probably not today. Maybe tomorrow. Look, I shouldn't say that, but you seem like a nice person. I feel like I should warn you. There's this doctor here. They call him Dr. X. He's a chief of psychiatry in this hospital. You won't be able to go home until he's talked to you, and he's really good at getting into your head. You know what I'm saying? He will ask you a lot of tricky questions. But he's a really great guy. You should trust him.
Tell me more about this Dr. X.
Dr.
His name
X.
is Xavier Zellman, but everyone just calls him Dr. X. He comes on the ward often, usually late in the afternoon or in the evening.
Sorry, I sneezed.
I personally really like him. But you hear all sorts of stories in a place like this, you know. I don't know what to believe anymore. All I know is he's been very friendly and supportive. Some doctors won't even say hello to you. But Dr. X usually stops and asks how I am. He knows I have some problems. He can see I'm not happy here. He actually offered me some free weekly sessions. I think I might take him up on his offer.
I'll
What
trust
are
him.
they saying about him?
Oh yeah, they say he's a big flirt.
Oh, goody.
Nurses, cleaners, patients. He doesn't care, as long as they're wearing a skirt. One girl I knew, Linda, I heard they had an affair. Stupid girl. Well, she left, and I never saw her again. Now,
She
why
died.
do you think that is? Dr. X got her knocked up. They covered it up and quietly got rid of her. Probably paid her some money. I don't know how these things work, but it must have been enough to shut her up. I bet he'll be more careful now. But I can't really say a bad word about him. Personally.
You just did!
Well, one thing. Maybe. Don't laugh, okay? He's got a weird smell.
What do you mean?
He smells funny. I don't know. Maybe it's just bad aftershave. Or maybe it's something he eats.
Oh, thanks for the warning. I'll try not to get too close to him.
Now that I think about it, there's something else too.
Holy
I've
shit, Liz.
noticed, Susan. He starts talking to you, and you just open up and tell him everything. It's very odd. I don't exactly hide things from people, but he got some really private stuff out of me. Really private. You know what I mean? Things I wouldn't tell my mother about. And we haven't even started those sessions yet. So, be prepared for that.
Sure. But it's a bit too late for me to hide how I feel now anyway. I think I made it very clear when I swallowed those pills. Did you see this daughter of mine?
It was a cat.
No, sorry, Susan. Apparently she came in the ambulance with you, but then she remembered something and had to go. I think someone mentioned she went in quite a hurry.
Of course she did. She was worried I'd ask her what she was doing in my flat.
Saving your life?
Do I really have to give her a benefit of the doubt just because of that?
One would assume so. That girl
No.
is a hero. Maybe real heroes always leave before their identity is revealed.
Or she was a burglar, attempting to steal from me.
That's a possibility too. Have you got anything very precious in your flat?
Cats.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Tell me something more about yourself.
Me? I'm a nobody. I'm just a hard-working girl. We all have to pay our bills somehow, right? I rent a room not far from here. There are 2 other girls living in the house. One is an auxiliary nurse, like me. She's always sick. The other one is a stripper. At least I think so. She's never home at night.
Maybe she works at night, like you.
Yeah, but I don't leave for work wearing red stockings and heels, do I?
No,
You could.
you're right. You're a real nurse, not some man's fantasy of one.
I used to do all that for my boyfriend. You know, dress up as a sexy nurse and all. Well, I did it just once, really. I didn't like it that much. He didn't like me that much either.
Aw.
Me last Valentine's Day. Of all
Jerk.
the days, he chose that one, eh? He never told me why, but I don't care anymore.
Breaking up with somebody on Valentine's Day, not classy. Either do it the day before, actually, like, do it a few days before if you're gonna do that. Or after. Like, just, come on, guys. Alright, I can sleep
I'm
now.
tired. Let me sleep now.
Fine. I'll see you again. Be careful who you trust here, Susan. They will be watching you.
How do I know you're not one of them?
You don't.
What if Susan's really the maggot lady? Or Elizabeth? Both.
I don't know. Maybe not.
I'll see you tonight. Remember what I said. Dreams are just dreams.
No.
But when they turn into nightmares, it's good to have someone there to pinch your arm and wake you up. Right?
What is that noise?
We'll start with a little chat about your childhood. I want you to be as honest as possible. It's important if we want to get to the bottom of your problem.
Oh,
Count
jeez.
to 10 and tell me when you're ready, Susan.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
This isn't all about whether you're nuts or not. Like we said before.
Why do you have that
It's
painting?
about finding what
I keep
has
staring at it.
caused how you're feeling now and creating a working solution. In order to achieve that, I need to get to know you better. Can we talk about your childhood first?
You've already said
Your
we're going to talk about it.
parents. When you're a child, your life revolves around them. What was your father like? Did you have a good relationship with him?
Oh, I can decide this. Oh, wow. I am so distracted by that painting on the wall. So if you're a psychiatrist and you're thinking about having that painting, don't. Alright, I'm going to get out a d6. And I'm going to roll to see what it is. Alright, 2.
No, he wasn't a good father to me. He was a cold, scary man. Had this wall around him. I could never talk to him about anything. He wouldn't understand. He'd just punish me instead. Maybe it's his fault I got some wires crossed in my head. Because he never loved me. I've always wondered what it feels like to have a loving dad.
Maybe it's not too late to fix things between you two.
It is. He's dead. Cancer. 6 years ago.
I see. But it isn't too late for you to put things right in your heart. Have you forgiven him?
Alright, so now I gotta think is Susan. I don't think she's forgiven him as much as she doesn't
Yes.
care.
What happened, happened. I see no point in blaming him forever.
Good. Clearly you closed this chapter in your life. Holding a grudge against your father would be holding a grudge against yourself.
How did you get to that crazy assumption?
Your father is a part of you, whether you want it or not. Children subconsciously copy their parents' behavior and recreate it later in life.
I'm sorry, but I have to disagree.
Why does that upset you, Susan? This isn't something I just made up. These are scientific facts which have been tested and proven over the years.
If you say so, fine.
You haven't really forgiven your father, have you? That's what it's all about.
I said,
Oh my gosh.
fine.
This is definitely something we have to work on in the future. Let's talk about your mother now. What was she like? Would you care to tell me about her?
Alright, rolling again. 6, which is also 3.
I lost her when I was still a child.
So you were brought up by a single dad. What happened to your mother?
She...
Oh, jeez. 6 again. Mom offed herself. I'm giving this lady the worst setup.
committed suicide. One night, my parents had this horrible fight.
I like that you can vary it, though.
I listened to it
There's
while
art
lying in
for it.
bed, forcing myself to go to sleep. It went on forever. And then, all of a sudden, there was silence. I kept hoping everything was okay, but I still couldn't sleep. I had this feeling, you know, that something wasn't right. And then I heard this horrible bang that echoed through the house. I got up. My legs felt like rubber. I went to the living room and saw the cellar door was wide open.
Oh,
For
jeez.
some reason, I already knew what happened. I just didn't want to believe it. We had a gun in the house. A rifle. It was in a box on top of the wardrobe, so I couldn't reach it. I wasn't even supposed to know about it, but I did. And at that moment, as I stood there on top of the stairs, I knew it was the rifle that fired. My father came out of the cellar. He looked like a ghost. Then he said something he would regret forever. He said, "Go and see what your mummy did." I could
Whoa.
see tears rolling down his face. I stood there, paralyzed, and he shouted at me and said, "Just look at your fucking mother, will you?" So I did.
That looks more like somebody slashed her head off.
I still see her today when I close my eyes.
You certainly had a very traumatic childhood, Susan. I'm sorry. I can only try to understand what it feels like to lose a parent. But it's clear to me that your problems are rooted deep in your childhood.
Everyone says that.
That's enough about your parents for now. Let's take 2 minutes, and we will talk about something else.
Oh, hey, awake.
I need to get out of this place. I hate hospitals. Besides, I really want to go home and forget all about this.
Okay. Ah, got that. Okay, fine. Yep. No, they're stuck at 108. Ah, what did it say? Shelly broken, or maybe it just needs new batteries. It's a full latex glove, 3 different sizes. I always take gloves. Oh. Aw. Fine, we'll turn it off, so I can't have both on. List of drugs for patient inside room 2. I guess that's me then. Not a lot of sedatives appears. They're giving me could knock out a horse. Give it a headache for a week too. Could also cause hallucinations and paranoia. How bizarre, why would they want to give me all that? I'm not crazy, I know that for sure. If anyone's crazy here, it's someone who put me on all this medication for no good medical reason. Oh, that's right, she used to be a doctor or a nurse, so she knows that. What are they? A bunch of oh jeez, plants. Chrysanthemums? I hate flowers. No way I'm taking them. I don't like flowers, especially chrysanthemums. Flowers, I don't really care what they smell like. Okay. Starting to, they must be keeping another suicide nutcase in there. Nothing interesting under the pillow. Dirty looking pillow. This is drugs for patient side room 1 and some notes. According to this, her name is Ann Burton, 35 years of age. She's taken a lot of sedatives and has a long history of drug abuse. Seems that on top of it all, she's taking methadone for heroin withdrawal syndrome. At the bottom of the page, there's a note saying she's actually a private patient who's staying here out of her own free will. Good for her. Lucky lady, I guess it won't be easy for me to leave the ward. I feel like I'm gonna have to, like, swap out clothes and stuff. We're busting out of here.
Hello? I guess I should wait my turn.
Fine. Oh, it's a bathroom. Okay. Because she thinks those red-rimmed glasses make her look attractive. Her kind all too well, completely dedicated to her job, yet totally brainless and closed-minded.
Can I make a phone call, please?
Oh, yes, of course. But the phone's being used at the moment. Can you please come back in 5 minutes? Thanks.
Well, screw you too, lady. Discharge letter for Ann Burton. Currently the patient inside room 1. Seems she has admitted herself into the hospital and is allowed to leave whenever she wishes.
Please do not touch these. They are all confidential documents.
Yeah? Well, maybe you shouldn't leave them out on the desk for everyone to see.
If you are looking for something to read, we have some magazines for patients here.
Thanks, but I think I'll pass.
That lady sucks.
Please do not touch these. They are all confidential documents.
I was only going to tidy up.
I'm sorry, are you one of the housekeepers? Why did you dress up as a patient?
I just can't stand mess, that's all. And there's no need to be sarcastic.
Who's being sarcastic?
Alright, we're gonna fight. We clearly need to change our wristband thing. I keep hoping that it's stuck at 11:40. Are all the clocks broken in this hospital? Different sizes.
I've already got one glove in my pocket.
Need deep breath, hospital number. Let's let me escape from this horrible place. Alright, I think we're gonna have to swap places with the other lady. I just need to figure out how. Is there someone still in there?
Hello? I guess I should wait my turn.
I'll figure this out. Anything under my pillow? Dang. Real quick, I want to examine my pillow. This pillow makes me wonder how many people have died with their heads on it. I'm sure it's been washed many times since then, but it still sends a chill down my spine. Come to think about it, I nearly died here myself. Wait, I did die for a moment, didn't I? Also, yet again, I completely lost track of time. I'm so sorry, guys. This game's got me, like, really into it. And speaking of being really into this game, we're going to start on Chapter 2 immediately, or continue on Chapter 2 immediately.